My name is Diani Kakapanas, BSA1. I'm here to interview a leader and I would like to ask her to share the success or downfall stories for being a leader. In addition, we will discuss underlying reasons behind such success or downfall. On the contrary, what is a leader? A leader is not a label that you give yourself, but leadership is a privilege given by the followers. Leaders inspire by expressing their inner passions, which then resonates with others and causes them to join in pursuing the leader's vision to discover themselves as well. Having followers is not a prerequisite for being a good leader. The demands of leadership may require that you stand up alone in the face of conflict, public opinion, or crisis, and fight for what you believe is right for the interests of other people. No one born a leader, and the process of becoming one requires a lot of work. It starts from getting to know yourself, understanding your strengths and weaknesses, allowing yourself to make mistakes, and learning lessons from them. There's no doubt that great leadership starts from within. Once you gain that self-awareness, you can focus on discovering the best way to guide others. However, I interview a leader who shares her stories about learning from mistakes, prove that prove that she's on the right path to being great leaders. She's aware of herself and her mistake. She acknowledged the lessons she learned, and she appreciates the progress she made so far. Let's learn from her, shall we?
Hi, my name is Ilian Ferros Cabada and I am a leader since grade 6. I am a SPG president in my school during grade 6 and I am currently a youth president in our church. So,
Can you share some of your journey being a youth leader?
of course, when I was a young leader, I used to have this "it's your fault" mentality. I hate my team making mistakes because I feel like I didn't train them good enough. For me, a mistake is equal to incompetent leadership. We had this huge incoming project and we were really looking forward for preparing for it. One of my teams took the initiative to suggest plans and ideas for the project. I acknowledged it and accepted her proposal. I trusted her. She is one of my tenure seniors. And I was confident that she knows what she's doing. When the project took off, her plans brought us down the drain. Initially, I was made for taking a big risk. Likewise, I was mad at her for not knowing that her plans would not work. It brought us into a heated confrontation which almost led her to quit. We let everything settle down and it took us a few days before we really talked about it one-on-one.
Did you realize something from that situation?
Yes. That particular situation made me realize how weak I was as a leader. I agreed towards decisions, but I refused to be accountable for the mistakes. I blame it on the person who gave the initiative and effort to help. I condemn her for being wrong instead of having her back. My takeaway as a leader is that we should rise above our immaturity and stop pointing fingers. Never individualize a mistake because their mistake is also yours. Hence, strong leaders are made to build their people up amidst failures and mistakes. From then on, our team established this culture of one mistake by a person is everyone's mistake. We are regularly checking on each other, discussing our opinions and differences in order to meet halfway. That situation opened an opportunity for us to be better, especially for me. It changed my perspective from making stupid mistakes to an opportunity for improvement.
So that was a tough experience, but are you expecting everyone to do the job the same way you do?
Yes. My first and probably biggest mistake is that I assume my leadership style worked for everyone on my team and that they would have to adjust to my style because I was in charge. This obviously couldn't have been further from the truth as I know now. We were organizing boot camp once with around 10 teenagers and 20 potential senior students, where the goal was to coordinate anti-bullying and anti-teenage pregnancy event to surround this recent college graduate with ideal different barangay to help with. While organizing this event, I had to manage my team through multiple stages of the process and realized quickly that everyone didn't flow the same. My approach is very nonsense, and if I see someone joking around, I immediately think they aren't taking the task seriously. One person on the team is not that way and jokes a lot. So much so that I had to address her early in the project and was met with resistance. She didn't think that the project had to be as serious as I was making it out to be. And eventually I realized that she was right and I was wrong. She worked with our team throughout the process, and I realized that if she had her head down and acted as nonsense as me, she wouldn't have a relationship with her contacts, thus making it harder for us to find good team to participate.
So, what did you do?
Once I back off and watch her operate, I realized that while setting up an event like we were, the light feeling across all team members helped make it more attractive, purposeful, and well organized. It was also fun and enjoyable too. The team members that I thought was hurting the process with their mood was actually helping the entire events feel and made everyone feel better.
And what lesson did you learn from that?
The self-reflection I had to do was uncomfortable but made me a better leader in a long run. I still like a fairly tight ship when I am in charge, but I don't get as bent out of shape. If someone doesn't operate exactly like I would in a situation, I will now evaluate their performance and how others react to them before jumping to the conclusion that their style is wrong.
Speaking of wrong, did you try correcting your team's mistakes? If yes, in what way?
Definitely yes. Because early on in my role as a leader, it was easy to simply correct a team's mistake. I was happy to offer my expertise, assistance, and support to my teams. Not to mention, it often took less time for me to simply fix their mistakes than it would take for me to explain what went wrong, why, and how to fix it. But this doesn't little for the team except tell them that someone's needed to step in correct their mistakes.
And how did you manage it? Did you act bossy?
No, of course. One major way that I've grown as a leader is to also be a teacher. To the best of my ability, I treat feedback as a teaching moment. First, I identify what went wrong and explain why. Next, I discuss how it should have been done and why, so that they leave the conversation with new knowledge. I also try to read the situation of any sense of hierarchy. By this, I mean that I never want them to feel like the boss getting involved means they're screwed up. I never want to point the fingers. I want to be a resource to help them grow as a professional leadership as its best.
I can imagine how many trials are you going through just to be a good leader to your followers. And after all, for you, what is a leader?
As a leader, or as a SPG president during my grade school, one of the world's top leader experts said, "There are no mistakes in life, only lessons. It's all about perspective. If you want to grow as a leader, you need to allow yourself to make some mistakes along the way. and treat them as lessons. No one is born a great leader. That's just an assumption we have for people who work hard on themselves, develop strong communication skills and empathy, and have a goal focused mindset. You become a leader by learning, listening, and doing things that make you uncomfortable. You constantly learn to grow and help each other to do the same.
Oh, that makes things clear. Thank you for sharing your stories behind your success or even downfall. I am grateful to have a great conversation with you.
It's my honor.